This isn't really a dig at this movie. Unfortunately, there will be more than enough of that later in the video, but this flick did really remind me of just how goddamn much I miss Chris Farley. The Wrong Missy is a romantic comedy from director Tyler Spindel and Netflix. Film stars David Spade, Lapkus, Nick Swardson, Geoff Pierson, Jackie Sandler, Chalke, and yep, you guessed it, Rob Schneider. Tim thinks he's invited the woman of his dreams on a work retreat to Hawaii. Realizing too late, he mistakenly texted someone from a nightmare blind date. Happy Madison? Check. Happy Madison Netflix movie? Check. Happy Madison Netflix movie starring David Spade? Check. There was not a good chance I was gonna like this movie. But in fairness, I went in open, and I didn't like it. I've never really been a big fan of David Spade, particularly when he wasn't with the late great Chris Farley. But oddly in this movie, I thought he was better in the more dramatic moments than he was in the comedy, despite the fact that he's a comedy guy. And while I didn't find this movie all that funny, I thought Lapkus was giving it her all, which is all I can ask for. She did make me laugh a couple times, and you could tell she was having a blast making this movie, and of course she was. They shot it in Hawaii. I did like Chalke in this movie. I loved her on Roseanne back in the day. She's not in it all that much. I thought Nick Swardson was pretty good, and Geoff Pierson was low-key the funniest guy in the entire flick. But the lack of humor was the biggest issue I had. Yeah, I had a couple of pretty good laughs, but the majority of the humor was either crude or slapstick. I have nothing against crude humor or slapstick when they're done well, but most of the jokes were just kind of gross without being clever or funny or even particularly well timed. And I believe that slapstick is an art. When it's done well, it can be some of the funniest on the planet. But when it's done poorly, it just comes across as lazy and unfunny. And that's a lot of this movie. Not to mention, a lot of the slapstick in this movie was very clearly CGI, and low-budget Netflix movie CGI at that. Oddly, there's a scene with a shark, and the CGI on the shark was actually pretty decent, so I guess that's where the budget went. Throughout this movie, there was something gnawing at my brain. I felt like I had seen this exact movie before in some different kind of context. It just felt so familiar. And around the start of the third act, I finally figured it out. This is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, except with romance instead of friendship. It's also not nearly as good, but that's besides the point. These two people are stuck together, one of them thinks it's great, and the other person hates the first person. And then you know how it goes. And once I made that connection, there were no surprises for me for the rest of the movie. Not that there necessarily would have been anyway, it's a pretty predictable flick. And it's not that it's beat for beat the exact same movie, but really, really similar. In my opinion, The Wrong Missy isn't a terrible movie, but it's not a very good one. It's got a couple good laughs, it's got a couple sweet, cute moments, it's harmless fluff. I'm not mad at the movie for making me watch it or anything, but I did overall find it kind of tedious. Now, I don't have a proprietary rating system as of yet, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna give The Wrong Missy. I think I'm gonna give The Wrong Missy a...
You can start by wiping that dumbass smile off your rosy cheeks. Then you can give me a automobile, a Datsun, a Toyota, Mustang, a Buick, 4 wheels and a seat.
Out of 10. So now I want to know, have you seen The Wrong Missy? What did you think about it? What is your favorite David Spade role of all time? Whatever your thoughts, hit the comments below. Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this review, please smash that like button and give it a share if you really enjoyed it. And hey, why not take a second, do me a favor, click subscribe and ring that bell to subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews, entertainment news, trailer reactions, all that good stuff. Hope you guys are all safe and healthy. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.